You're listening to the John and Heidi Show, now featuring the wit and wisdom of Dan Farris.
Okay, dudes, let's walk this sucker.
On Sunny 93.3.
Sunny 93.3, thank you so much for listening. On a Monday, we have manly men doing manly things in a manly fashion coming up. Water cooler talk, entertainment news of the day. It's all part of the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Dan Farris.
Hey, John, Heidi, you crazy little love rascals, you. Man and wife and coworkers, it's crazy. Absolutely crazy.
You know, I was just talking about that. We've got a gentleman coming in from Big Paws Canine.
Oh, Rob, sure.
Rob Dickerson and Gail, his wife, they work together. So I was like, hey, we got that in common too, don't we?
Yeah, Gail is Sioux Falls executive director of Big Paws Canine Foundation, one of our partners, and that's her husband, Rob. Great guy.
Super nice dude.
Ex-military guy, vet. And
I've got some info here. We're going to be talking about this event called Chase the Tail. You can already see it on our Facebook page, but it's coming up on March the 7th. And you have a chance to win some money and help a good cause. So I'm excited about that.
It's going to be an ongoing deal. It's going to be a great promotion.
Yeah, it's going to be starting on March 7th. So listen at 8:05 this morning for all the details as we visit with Mr. Dickerson himself.
Yeah, another huge national celebration today. Today happens to be... how was Margarita Day, by the way?
It's Margarita Day.
She blacked out at
off the hook, man.
It was off the hook.
Did you know that Jose Cuervo is actually putting together a party train from Guadalajara, Mexico.
The tequila train, yes.
Yeah, the tequila train.
Yeah, I saw that.
So I don't know if anybody wants to go on the tequila train.
I would go on the tequila train.
Heidi thought that sounded fun. So, do they put salt on the railroad tracks?
I'm like a 4-year-old who wants a cookie.
Well, he didn't ask me if I wanted to go. I would like to go.
You're not going. No.
She got a bigger margarita.
We can take one lucky listener to come with me, and we can make it a promotion.
Are you salt or no salt?
Salt.
Rocks, no
extra
rocks.
salt. No, I want it blended.
Blended. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's nice. Okay.
So speaking of trains, I know that was a bit of a stretch since we started with margaritas and then the tequila train. There was a person that posted on Facebook, like Thursday, Friday, whatever, that you can ride this train, Amtrak, from coast to coast for $213.
Ooh, they must gouge you at the concessions.
The concessions?
Yeah.
That'll be a $50 pretzel.
Well, they got to feed you and water you at some point. You know.
I think that would be fun. It looks like it goes right through Omaha, so I think we should figure out a time for
hop on that. Do they bring you back?
Well, I hope
You're just stranded when you get there.
You didn't say it was two ways.
Yeah, it's a one way.
Just go halfway.
It's a one way fare.
The other way back. So if we go from here, we'd have to choose. Do we want to go to San Francisco or New York? New York.
Interesting. Right in the rails.
I think it'd be kind of fun.
They do it fantastic.
All of that. And we've got manly men doing manly things coming up. Water cooler talk, entertainment news of the day. It's all on the way on the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Dan Farris on Sunny 93.3.
You're listening to the John and Heidi Show, now featuring the wit and wisdom of Dan Farris.
Excuse me, haven't I seen you on the MTV?
On Sunny 93.3.
Sunny 93.3. Time now for manly men doing manly things in a manly fashion.
We're men among men and manly men, yes, manly men are we. We're men among manly men among manly men are we.
And sometimes it really is kind of a matter of decorum and class and education being a manly man.
Yeah,
I've been to a lot of functions over my time. I've done a lot of stage work on my time, MC work in my time, and there is almost nothing more awkward or more uncomfortable in a room with a stage and a microphone and someone up there that just doesn't know how to give a speech.
Oh, yeah.
They're just lost or they're scared. And let's face it, that's one of the biggest fears in humankind.
It's one of mine.
Speaking in public.
I cannot do it.
See, and it's never bothered me.
Yeah, we know, John.
To speak in public.
Or private or in your sleep, for that matter. It's whatever. You're truly blessed.
I don't know about any of that, but no fear of speaking in public or private or
This is for manly men and for women too. Again, it is the number one fear.
Yeah.
In fact, public speaking outranks, I'm not kidding, outranks death as far as what people are afraid of. It's above death, public speaking. So do the work. There's classes for it. There's organizations you can join and do.
Or
yeah.
just avoid speaking in public.
Or just avoid it altogether. That's exactly right.
That's worked very well for me.
Yeah, but it could be anything as, not necessarily giving a speech, but say you're going to a city hall meeting
Yeah.
And you want to speak up.
Got to get up.
Or so you're asked to give a message, a eulogy, something like that. Something short. Just,
Yeah.
I remember would have been the REO Speedwagon concert at Grand Falls Casino and Golf Resort. I brought my wife on stage.
You didn't.
It was a bad idea.
It's was it REO Speedwagon?
I don't know who it was, but I almost passed out.
Well, I remember because everybody was going, well, why doesn't Heidi ever go up there with you? 'Cause I love Grand Falls, and I get to be the MC for a lot of things. And thank you for letting me do that. So, you know what? Now I'm thinking it might have been, I don't know what it was.
It doesn't matter.
Either way, I think it was REO Speedwagon or a different concert. I took Heidi up on stage with me. And I said, hey, I'm John Small. I look at her, and her eyes got really big, and I heard her, like, her throat gurgle like she was going to puke. I was like, and this is my wife, Heidi. And I just kept talking. I was like, I said, she's a little shy. So I didn't. If I would have put that microphone in front of her.
Well, it's for most people, though, it's a learned thing.
Yeah.
It's a learned thing. I mean, I don't freak out much anymore because I've been doing microphone stuff for 30 years.
Microphone is different. That doesn't bother me a bit, but I can't get up in front of people.
When I was doing a band thing much younger years in Minneapolis, and I remember the first time we got a job playing in a bar off Lake Street in the Twin Cities, and I was in the men's room 20 minutes before we went on, throwing up from stage fright.
Wow.
Yeah, and I think I was 18, 19, something like that.
It's been a long time since I've had stage fright. And I don't know. I think it's because I'm just not smart enough to know I shouldn't be up there.
Hey, we can agree with no.
Because I probably am not qualified to be doing any of the things that I do. Somehow I just got a break.
Yeah, but it's funny. Keep that in mind whenever you see anybody from a politician to a rock star to an actor, actress, whatever on mic in front of people. The odds are pretty good. They're still a little nervous.
And if you want to get over that fear in a big old hurry, do stand-up and bomb once or twice.
Or it brings us back to Margarita Day, which was last week.
Because
I've seen that too. I've seen somebody grab a mic who just, oh man, they're just toasty. No.
Drunk Heidi has no fear of anything.
Drunk Heidi got us involved in a dinner theater, and then Drunk Heidi made sure she showed up. And we're at this dinner theater, and it's Heidi's line, and she's in the back of the room. We're all
chatting with
script.
people at a table.
I
was like,
where did Heidi go? She's back there now. Thank goodness that line don't matter. Well, this has been manly man doing manly things in a manly fashion. We've got water cooler talk coming your way. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Dan Farris on Sunny 93.3.
We're men among manly men are we. Come on, men, let's kill it. What are we, women?
You're listening to the John and Heidi Show, now featuring the wit and wisdom of Dan Farris.
You heard it on your Walkman radio?
On Sunny 93.3.
Sunny 93.3, thank you for listening to the John and Heidi Show bonus hour. Time now for Water Cooler Talk, brought to you by Aqua One. What are we going to chat about today, Mr. Ferris?
This is kind of interesting because you still, actually, your daughter is still in high school.
Yes.
What is Taylor, 17?
Yeah, she's a senior this
year. She
year.
graduates this year.
Okay.
Craziness.
The big talk, lawmakers in Pierre.
I think it's Pierre.
Yes. Are now debating once again what should be the correct age if someone wants to drop out of school.
Oh.
For a number of years, it was 16. It was always 16 when I was growing up in the Twin
Are they
Cities.
saying it should be lowered?
Well, it got moved to 18 here in South Dakota, which I was not aware of a number of years back. Now they're saying, you know what? Let's drop that back to 16. Basically, this is the logic behind it. If you're 17 years old, 18 years old, you're still in high school, and you literally don't want to be there, you're going to find ways to not to be there. And so now administrative people, teachers, everybody else is chasing you around. They're on the phones, they're in the data banks, blah, 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 blah.
Truant officers.
Yeah, exactly. So they're saying, you know what, let's move it back to 16. And then the question becomes, is a 16-year-old capable of making that decision? Well, they're not making it on their own. Where are the parents at? What exactly is happening here? I'm for it. I guess I base it on my own experience. Not that I did not drop out. I graduated. Armstrong Falcons. Woo! What?
Huron Tigers. Woo!
Armstrong Falcons. Woo!
Start a pep rally here.
Yeah, I went to one pep rally, so I don't exactly know the song. But but one of my good buddies growing up, Lenny, Crazy Lenny, who was a bona fide IQ genius.
Yeah.
I mean, think... is it Sheldon on Big Bang Theory?
Okay, yeah.
As Lenny, only Lenny was a little funnier.
Okay.
And by 11th grade, he's literally going, I am so bored, I could scream.
Mm-hmm.
And he could out-teach the faculty there. And so when he just went, I'm done. I'm done. He runs his own company up towards Oakland, California now.
Did he do like a GED? And
boy, whether he got his papers, I guess I'm not sure. But I remember him dropping out. One of my brothers, David, was a high school dropout. He would go to get his GED. And out of the 5 boys in my family, he became the most successful, financially speaking.
Nice.
Which was he's a high school dropout.
Oh, he sure ain't the bonus on the John and Heidi Show. So the successful part.
He was when you just looked at, for instance, he lived in a gated community, got swimming pools, pilot's license, big salary, blah 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 blah. He was that guy. He was that guy.
We could all live in a gated community if we get in enough trouble. You're not talking about prison.
Yeah, but again, well, in the famous words of Lenny, my buddy who dropped out of high school, and this would have been back in 1973, he said, here's the deal. This whole school thing, this whole public school thing, it's just a social experiment gone horribly wrong. Think about that.
If Lenny said it, it's true.
Yeah, it was true back then. It's truer even today. This is just a social experiment gone horribly wrong. See ya.
Wow.
And Lenny was gone. Yep. Yeah, so
and he
it's
did
interesting.
Okay. So there you go.
Yeah, so my guess is they're going to drop it back to 16, but that's what's happening with our legislative folks right now.
This has been our Water Cooler Talk, brought to you by Aqua One. Entertainment news of the day is on the way. Coming up, we're going to visit with Jeff Harding from Prairie Real Estate Group on Sunny 93.3.
You're listening to the John and Heidi Show, now featuring the wit and wisdom of Dan Farris
What is that thing you're doing?
It's technical. It's one of our little toys.
on Sunny 93.3.
Sunny 93.3. Thank you so much for listening to the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Dan Farris. It's time now for entertainment news of the day. What do we have today, Mr. Ferris?
This is really kind of a bummer, and it hits close to home for me. I'm not making this up, I was a huge fan. Peter Tork.
Yes.
Monkeys fan just recently passed away.
I remember where I was
know,
when
I
found
loved
out
him.
about that. My bride over here, Heidi's the one that told me. It was very sad. When I was growing up, I had a friend that was a major, big-time Monkeys fan.
A lot of people were. They were
I
huge.
loved the Monkeys.
Oh. He had the shirts and everything, I was a fan. I was like, it's good music and all, but I didn't have the
I had to look.
t-shirt
While I
or
was there in
lunchbox.
real time, I actually got to sit and ride in the Monkey Mobile.
Really?
Really?
I always
Yes.
liked that. That was a really cool car.
Yes.
Where'd you do that?
That was it was done up. It was modified from a GTO Judge.
Yeah.
Well, my dad was a Pontiac dealer in Minneapolis.
Oh.
And that car was making the rounds across the country for sure. And there ended up downtown at the Pontiac dealership downtown. And there I was, perfect age. I'm going, you got to be kidding me. You've got to be kidding. Okay, and me and 3 of my friends formed the Junior Monkeys.
Did you really?
And I suppose I was about 10 years old at the time.
Was it the Junior Thunder Monkeys?
No, it wasn't. I wasn't quite that cool. But here was the problem. I actually played guitar.
Yeah.
Started when I was 6.
Wow.
But they wanted me to be Mickey Dolenz, who was the drummer, because I had the curly hair back then.
Okay.
It was Dave, Roger, and John. And I'm going, hey, but seriously, I actually play the guitar. Oh, no, you have to be Mickey Dolenz. And so I went home and I put on a stocking cap like Mike Nesmith. And
Right.
I go, yeah, now I'm the guitar guy. So there. And I wore that stocking hat for probably the next 2 years.
I'm not taking
I
that.
did. Oh, you'd be
Look at it.
like 104 out. I wear a stocking hat.
You're going to make me be the drummer.
Yeah, I'm Mike Nesmith. Shut up.
So you really were a junior monkey.
I was a junior monkey.
Oh, that's
awesome.
hilarious.
That is a true story. Yes, Peter Tork passed away. Apparently, he'd been struggling with some rare form of cancer the past couple of years.
That's really unfortunate. I absolutely loved that show.
At one point, they sold more albums than the Beatles and Rolling Stones combined.
Isn't that crazy?
That's
Over the course of
amazing.
about a year.
And here's the thing that's interesting. Now we have 2 Monkeys have passed on. Davy Jones is gone as well.
Correct.
And we have 2 Beatles that have passed on. So we've got 2 Monkeys left and 2 Beatles left. What if they joined forces?
Interesting.
How cool would that be?
And here's another little piece of trivia that you may or may not know. Michael Nesmith, his mother invented liquid paper, or
Whiteout.
Whiteout.
Yeah.
So he's basically Nesmith's a gajillionaire and didn't need the gig to begin with, but it was a lot of fun. One of their opening acts back in the day during some of their first tours. Wrap your head around this. I'm talking warm-up act.
Yeah.
Monkeys are the headliners. Ladies and gentlemen, Jimi Hendrix.
I remember that.
Oh, yeah.
Story, boy, if you can find one of those posters, just give it to me because I'm neat.
Here's the other thing that's interesting. A lot of their songs were written by Neil Diamond.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah, I
the
knew
writers
that.
were amazing.
Yeah.
So Neil Diamond was one that had penned the songs, and then the Monkees made
Carole
it famous.
King.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
very
some heavy
cool stuff.
hitters. So, yeah, sorry to hear about Peter. He was a
Very sad.
big part of my childhood. So, there you
Well,
go.
we have some Monkees music. We'll have to play that later today. How's that sound?
Sounds good to me.
All right. This has been Entertainment News of the Day. Dan, thank you, sir.
Absolutely. My
Coming up
pleasure.
here in just a short while, we have Mr. Dickerson coming in from Big Paws Canine. We're going to talk about Chase the Tail. I was kind of chasing my own tail. I was looking for the note.
It's right there. Oh, this is going to be a huge deal. Think of it this way. I'm just going to prime the pump a little bit.
Okay.
This promotion
Yeah.
that they're firing up here in the next little while,
March 7th.
they took this promotion from another organization up in Canada.
Uh-huh.
And when this little organization up in Canada did it over the course of time, the prize had grown into over $200,000.
Wow.
Holy cow.
Wow.
So this should be a pretty fun deal.
It starts out at $500. All the details coming your way at 8:05 this morning. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show with Dan Farris, the bonus hour on Sunny 93.3.
You're listening to the John and Heidi Show, now with an extra hour of fun, featuring the wit and wisdom of Dan Farris on Sunny 93.3.